Hello ESL 90 students. You do not have a quiz next week, luckily. We're going through chapter 12. But there's one thing I wanted to talk to you a little bit about before we start reducing our clauses. And that is so that. When we say so that, it's a purpose, but we have very, very limited verbs after this. So here's an example. We get a babysitter so that we can go out for dinner. That's kind of a present or a future. But a past tense, we got a babysitter so that we could go out for dinner. Notice very limited verbs. Could, can for present or future, could for the past. Over here, why do we put ice cream in the freezer when we get home? We put it in the freezer so that it won't melt or so that it does not melt. So very, very limited verbs after that, so that. Now we're going to reduce some clauses and make phrases. We did that in the adjective clause paragraph. Remember that? A lot of the paragraphs. So here are the rules, and you'll be going through it when you study and you look at the exercises and the answers. But I just wanted to give you one example, page 137. When you have a time word and you're going to reduce, you will eliminate the time word. So for example, you say, after I get home, I feed the dog. After getting home, I feed the dog. Before she eats, she washes her hands. Before eating, she washes her hands. So when we have the time words like before, after, while, then we'll keep that time word when we reduce. On page 138, now we have different words. We have the because and the since. They're not time words. So when we reduce, we need to take those out. So you'll see some examples there. Okay, because he didn't know the answers, he failed the test. Not a good example. Not knowing the answers, he failed the test. So we're taking out that because. Since can mean because sometimes, remember. You'll see a lot of examples there. And then sometimes to show a past or a present perfect, we'll use this, like having something. So I would say, after I had eaten the pizza, I felt full. When I reduce, I keep my time word. After having eaten the pizza, I felt full. Or you could say, after she has done the work, she'll go to the movies. After having done the work, she'll go to the movies. I gave you some practice. I sent it as a PDF file, and it's in your announcements and also in your email. That's practice on the first part of chapter 12. I'll also send you some practice on chapter 12. I'll give you a few days to go through the exercises. So there will be assignments, mostly just practicing through chapter 12. And part 2 will be finishing chapter 12, and then I will attach some practices for you. Remember, you can always ask me questions, reach me by email. I'll answer those questions. I'm answering email pretty much all day, even on weekends. I'll make another video on Sunday. So have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.